To view my ePluto 7G review, check on the comment section.
So the first scheduled servicing of ePluto 7G has been done. How was the experience? How much did it cost? I have the answers and a few updates which might interest you. Standing 6 feet away, I can safely take my mask off. So the service station basically is at a distance of 25 kilometers from my house. And at every place I stopped, be it at the traffic signals or just across a shop, I had a lot of people coming to me and asking or rather inquiring about the bike. Some were interested to find out how much did it cost on road, while others wanted to know what was the mileage that it gives back per every single charge. While a few of them commented about its looks. Yes, the looks. Now, a lot of people told me that this bike reminds them of some other bike which is in sale in our country right now. And if you know the bike that it resembles, you could comment in this comment section below, or you could just Vespa. Yeah, you see what I did there, right? Anyways, the servicing as a whole was a pretty pleasant experience. The bike was delivered back as per the time promised, and the total cost I had incurred for the first service was around rupees 200. Now, you might be wondering, it's an EV. What is the servicing all about? Let me tell you. Compared to an internal combustion engine, this bike here, being an EV, pretty much has no machine parts that needs to be serviced. But the servicing involves greasing the parts which are in constant movement. The tires, the brakes, and a regular inspection of the bike. So the 200 rupees that was incurred was mainly for the washing of the bike. Has a sensor which detects every time the side stand is on. So when the bike is resting on the side stand, the vehicle doesn't move, no matter how much acceleration you give. But in the newer models, this sensor here has been replaced by a switch, which is right here underneath the mode selector. Now this switch is required. You need to operate the switch every time you want the bike to move ahead. Now this is a very interesting and a very useful update, because if you have kids standing here when you ride the bike, there are chances that the accidental acceleration could be given, and this is done in order to avoid this from happening. Now the second update that I got to see in the newer bikes is with respect to the state of charge, or the SOC. Now this bike here has 6 bars which tell you basically about the amount of charge left in your battery. But here is a word of caution. Since the guessometer here only guesses the amount of charge left in your battery, this cannot be taken in proportionate to the distance that it could cover with the remaining charge. So out of the 6 bars here, the first bar dims only after traveling for about 35 to 40 kilometers. But after that, the drop in the bars is very quick. So now the company Pure EV has tried to address this issue. Now they have made a certain changes to the SOC. So instead of the 6 operational bars, you get only 5, each bar contributing to about 20% of the battery. The 6th bar is shown active only when the bike is in charging. So yes, this is a very important and a very useful update. The third and the final update that I wanted to share with you is with respect to the shock absorbers this bike has been provided with. Now in my previous video, I had shared a concern wherein if a pillion is accompanying the rider, the ride gets very bumpy, even on the slightly bumpy roads, because of the very soft suspensions. Now the mechanic here, when I shared the concern with him, promised me to look into the matter, and I would say that after the servicing, the ride has become a little bit better. But I was also updated at the dealership that the newer bikes, newer ePluto 7G will be equipped with a different and a firmer shock absorbers. So looks like the company has taken the concern seriously. So yes, this is in a way making the product much better. Now the thing to remember here is the Pure EV company as well as the bike here are in a constant evolutionary trend. So the problems that are existing in the current model will be addressed to in the future models. And another thing which I wanted to share is with that at the time of delivery, the battery provided with this bike had a problem, And luckily, I had to travel only about 10 meters to recognize this problem. But immediately, the company was prompt enough to exchange the battery and give me a newer one, while the older battery is being inspected at the firm. This battery and the bike here are 100% made in India, and the company basically owns the patent for the battery as well. So, in case of any problems with the battery or the bike as a whole, the company can address it without going to a third party. So, yes, these are some things which are very, very important and very helpful for a smooth and problem free EV experiences.